In this video, you will learn about AccrueMe. It's a company helping Amazon sellers to grow by providing additional funds for the Amazon FBA business. Their model is quite unique. They don't require any monthly payments. They don't take permanent ownerships in the company. And how it all works will be presented by Sam Koch from AccrueMe during this session, and it is hosted by LISETT LEES. She works with different Amazon brands and hosts Orange Klik videos. If you want to get in touch with AccrueMe, you will find links below. And if you find this video useful at any time, click the like button, thumbs up button below this video. It helps us a lot.
Hi Sam, it's great to have you here today. Before we go into today's topic, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you and the company do in the Amazon space?
Sure, yeah. So Lisette, thanks to you and the Orange Klik team for having me. So what we do at AccrueMe is we provide growth capital for Amazon business owners, and we provide a very unique type of funding that allows sellers to grow really quickly by only doing a temporary profit share for as long as you're using our capital with no required payments, so they can accomplish their business goals and scale much faster.
Okay, so today we will learn more. How do you offer the service? How does it all work? But before we go into your presentation that you have prepared for us, I wanted to ask, how has everything that has been going on during the last year affected your business, or have you seen any changes, or what's going on?
Sure. Yeah, so great question. So we work with a lot of Amazon sellers, and in the beginning of the year when Amazon did all their only essential products to be shipped in, and there was a lot of chaos in Amazon and really just the world in general, a lot of our sellers did really well just because they were already on Amazon, and people just naturally transitioned from buying stuff in brick and mortar stores to buying everything on Amazon. So a lot of our sellers did really, really well and grew their business rapidly. And on the other hand, we had a few sellers that weren't selling essential products, and they were selling things like candles, towels, things that just weren't essential products. They couldn't ship any of it in. And because of that, they weren't making, these were very big businesses, and they weren't making the same amount of profit and revenue as they were before. So I'll actually go into that in the presentation and show you what made our funding very unique and allowed them to not only survive during those hard times, but then come out and thrive and do even better than they were, pre-pandemic.
Okay, sounds really good. So I know you have a slide deck for us, so let's go ahead, see what you have, and then we can discuss some of the things later.
Sounds great. We put together a presentation for you, AccrueMe Growth Capital for Amazon Sellers, how you can double your Amazon inventory without using a traditional loan, and how you can grow your business rapidly by paying no interest and no monthly payments. And now most of you guys are sophisticated Amazon sellers. You're probably thinking, what's the catch? If there's no interest, if there's no payments, how do you make money? How does AccrueMe work? My name's Sam Koch. I'm one of the partners of AccrueMe. My background is in venture capital and finance. I built, operated, and sold many businesses in my career. And now what I do is I partner with Amazon sellers and third-party sellers and help them grow and scale their Amazon business with capital, but also just general business knowledge, so they can take their business to the next level and accomplish their goals and dreams for their business. So what's the AccrueMe theory? How did we come up with this model? So we know finance, and now what we're doing is looking to partner with people who know how to sell on Amazon, that are already profitable, and know that if they had double the amount of capital, they could grow and scale their business and take it to the next level with double the capital. We want to help you grow, not only by doubling your capital, but also by not requiring payments. So unlike every other type of financing option out there for you as an Amazon seller, we don't require payments. We actually want to keep as much capital in the business so you can grow faster and grow your profits more by not making payments to a bank or a lender every month. We also just want to tag along for the profit. So the way that we set up this model, it's a total win-win for you, and it's a win-win for us, and we get a share of the profit. So we only make money when you make money, and I'll show you exactly how it works in the next few slides. So the goal is to create a more amazing team with more capital so you can get to your goal of being a much bigger Amazon seller, or sell your business, or whatever your goal is for your Amazon business and yourself. A lot of the time we hear, well, this sounds too good to be true. And that's because of the no payments. We only make money when you make money. There's really nothing like that out there. Loans have been around for 2,000 plus years. But what we're doing is totally new and totally unique. And for that reason, it usually takes a little bit more explaining. But once the people that we speak to and the Amazon sellers that we talk to get what we're doing, they see how powerful it is and how they can accomplish their goals much faster. So what is AccrueMe? What we do is we double your capital. So whatever money you have invested in your business for inventory and a few other things, we'll double it, and we don't require any interest. And I'll show you exactly how this works in the next few slides. There's no required monthly payments. In fact, we want you to keep our capital and our accrued profits in the business so you can use it to compound your growth and grow really, really quickly. And we've seen that with a lot of our partners. They do just that, because by not making payments, you can grow your business and not pay a bank or a lender. There's no loss of ownership. So unlike a typical equity investment where they're going to come up with some valuation and then get equity in your business and management and control, we don't want any of that. We just want a temporary profit share for as long as you're using our capital. So there's no loss of ownership. You always maintain 100% of the equity. So when you sell it for $100 million, you keep all the upside. We provide additional funds every month. So pretty much all the sellers that we worked with, as they've grown their business with our initial investment, they're always looking for more capital to grow even more. And in almost every case, we invest more so they can grow faster, make more money, and just get to their goal much faster. There's no personal guarantee. So unlike a traditional loan or one of the other options that are out there, we have no personal guarantee on you or your assets. It's all just a business transaction. We don't look at financials. We don't look at credit. It's a totally unique way of doing it. So again, what do we do? In simple terms, we're a temporary profit share member for as long as you're using our funds. So when you're using our capital, you pay us a share of the profit every month, depending on how much capital we have in the business. And I'll go into the details of that in the next few slides, for as long as you're using our money. So once you use our capital, you pay us a share. And as you grow and you pay us down or pay us off, we get no share of the profit once we get our capital and profit back. And really, we are the best partner you imagine, because not only do we provide double the capital and a lot more funds, at least in our experience, and what the other guys out there can do, we are really vested in helping you grow. So we have a lot of experience here at AccrueMe, growing businesses, scaling businesses. And we want to, the better you do, the more profit you make, the better we do. So we're naturally aligned to help you grow your profits and turn your business into a much larger business. So here's the details. In return, AccrueMe receives a small percentage of monthly profits. And again, the way that our profit share works, it changes every month based on our capital percentage. So naturally, as you grow the business and you keep the lion's share of the profit, how it always works with AccrueMe, our share naturally goes down. You can check out on our website the AccrueMe calculator to see how that works, and I'll show you to get to there at the end of the slide. You only pay us a share of the profit for as long as you're using our capital. There's no set term. You can use our capital for 6 months. Most people use it for at least 2 years. And in those 2 years, they don't make any payments because they want to keep it in their business to grow really, really quickly. And I'll actually show you an example of someone who did just that and went from $10,000 in profits to $110,000 in just 2 years. So it's amazing numbers, and I'll show you exactly how they did it. We only win when you win. So if you have a bad month during COVID, there was a bunch of shutdowns, people couldn't send their products in because they weren't essential. In those months where you earn no profit, we earn no profit either. So unlike a loan who's going to require a payment and an interest payment every single month, or a revenue share that's going to require a payment even if you don't make a profit, we only earn money when you earn a net profit on Amazon. So we're totally aligned and want to see you win every time. And we only earn money when you earn money. There's if you earn nothing, we earn nothing. So that's AccrueMe. We only do well when you do well. So we really try to align ourselves and work with profitable sellers that want to take their business to the next level. So the risk is shared because it's not a loan and we're getting paid no matter what, or a revenue share where we make money even if you don't make money. The risk is shared. So it's totally unique and really meant to be a shared risk and shared growth as you increase your profits and grow. And as you guys know, you're sophisticated business owners. If you're watching the Orange Click YouTube, all these other type of sources of capital out there, whether it's a bank loan or a loan that's available to Amazon sellers or revenue share, they will win no matter what because of the way they set it up. Here, we only earn a profit if you earn a profit, which is why it's really important for us to really vet who we work with, and make sure you're profitably selling so we all win and do well as you grow. So here's some of the key terms. So when we talk to all these Amazon sellers, there's a few key questions, and here's what I wanted to just put so you guys can get a real sense of how this works. So what is capital? What do we define as your capital, or what we can match you as an Amazon seller? So number one, it's the FBA inventory value at cost. So whatever you have at Amazon FBA in cost, let's say that's $75,000, we include that plus whatever's due from Amazon. So whatever your Amazon balance is, we actually give you credit for that. We consider that as good as cash. So let's say that's 25. Now you have a total of $100,000. So that's your capital that we can match. So what's the total capital? Well, if you have 100, we'll give you another 100. It doesn't have to be all 100. It could be 50 or whatever you choose. But let's just say for easy math, you take 100 too. So now the total is your 100 plus our new cash of 100. That's the total capital is $100,000 plus our 100, which is $200,000 in total capital. What's our capital percentage? Well, in that exact example, AccrueMe put in 100, you had 100 in inventory in Amazon. Our capital percentage is 50%, right? We represent 50% of the capital. So now most people think, well, how much profit do you want for 50% of the capital? The way that we set it up is we don't want 50% of the profit every month. We get half of whatever our capital is. So if it's 50% capital percentage, cut it in half, we get 25% for that month. And again, it changes every month, as you grow. So for example, the 50, we get 25%. If it's only 30, let's say you only want to take enough capital where we represent 30%, we get 15. So you can see the way it works, and it changes every single month. As you grow, it almost always goes down because you're keeping the lion's share of the profit. So how do we define profit? This is another big question that all of the sellers want to know. Well, how do you define profit? If it's a revenue share, revenue is easy, but profit, the way we do it is the Amazon revenue from all your FBA sales minus all Amazon fees. So what referral fees, shipping fees, Amazon PPC, we include that also, minus the cost of goods sold. So whatever your cost of goods, if you're a private label, whatever it costs you to manufacture the product, get it shipped into the US, tariffs, all of those things are into the cost of goods. We subtract that, and whatever that is, we consider that the profit. So it's really like a net Amazon profit. So whatever your net is on Amazon, that's what we define as a profit and share in if we invest in your business. So here's a really simple example of the power of AccrueMe. So let's say you have $100,000 invested in your business, right? That's your capital, right? So you have 100% of it. You have no outside capital. You earn 100% of the profit, right? You're the investor, you're the business owner, you earn 100% of that profit. Let's say your ROI in a given year is 20%. So that means your profit is $20,000 in a year. You keep 100% of that. Now, if you work with AccrueMe, what we'll do is we'll double your capital. So we're going to give you another 100. Now you have $200,000 to buy inventory and to grow. And a big assumption that we make, and what we're really trying to, if you're an Amazon seller and you're thinking, oh, I know if I had double the capital, I would invest it in this product or with this supplier. If you know exactly where you want to invest the money to grow, that's exactly who we're looking to work with. And that's really, if you're taking on capital, whether it's from AccrueMe or anybody, you have to know exactly where you're going to put the money to get a return. Because if you don't, the worst thing you can do is take on outside capital. It just compounds losses. So anyway, capital of 200,000. Now we're 50% of that because you had 100, we have 100. We represent 50. So the AccrueMe profit is half of that, 25%, right? So in a given month, or let's just say for a year now, we get 25% of the profit. You always will keep a minimum of 75% of the profit. That's the lowest you can go. Most cases we work with, it's like 85 or 90 they keep in terms of the profit. The ROI, the same 20%, but now it's on a much bigger number. Now it's on 200,000. So now you went from 20,000 to $40,000 in profit. That's for the whole business. So how much would you keep? The seller would keep $30,000. Why? Because you keep the same amount, you keep 75% of the 40,000. So 30,000 and AccrueMe makes 10. So the better we do, the better that you're doing. But you can see how without taking on any risk, there's no personal guarantees. By just growing and taking on our capital, you increase the amount that you bring home by $10,000. So now you have a 30% ROI by just taking on very low risk capital. So let's see another example. So on your own, again, your ROI was 20%, your profit was 20%. With AccrueMe, your ROI was 30% by just investing in the products that you bought, by the business that you built, the products that you built. By just investing more in that, you've increased your profit to 30,000. So imagine how much you can grow your business, right? Last month you had 100,000. This month you have 200,000. And as you grow, now you have an additional 40,000 in profit that you can use to work with and grow your capital. So now you have $240,000 that you can invest, and we don't want to get paid. So we want to keep our profit in the business so you can grow, and take your business to the next level. Again, that's what it's all about, is helping you grow and scale your business faster with AccrueMe. So again, what happens in a bad month? So last April, we were just talking about this, people could not send in their towels or their toys or whatever their private labels were just because it wasn't essential. So they basically had to shut down and they couldn't make any revenue or profit. So in those months, we didn't earn any profit. So if you earn zero in a given month, we earn nothing in a given month. So we only earn a profit in a month if you earn a profit. If you earn nothing, we earn nothing. And again, there's no required payments. So in those bad months, they didn't have to pay AccrueMe anything. They could focus on positioning themselves to come back stronger once the essential products ban was lifted. So here's the case study that I want to show you. And this is Gary and Joy. Their names are fake, but all these numbers are real and verified through Inventory Lab. And this was our first partner that we started working with. And I'm going to show you the massive growth that they achieved. And here's the keys. One, they already had a profitable business when they came to us. They knew what they were doing. They just needed more capital. And then two, they took our capital, invested it right away, and started making a return. So in about 2 to 3 months, you could see their business rapidly growing because they invested the money in profitable products. And then three, they didn't make any payments. So in fact, they kept all the money in the business and grew really quickly. So let me show you the numbers. So before they came to us in 2018, their revenue was $90,000 total revenue for 2018. Their profit, $9,000. Again, they knew what they were doing. They were generating a profit. They understood the Amazon business. In 2019, they looked at all their options in the Amazon space, like any savvy business person should do. And then they said, well, AccrueMe, for what we're trying to accomplish, which is rapid profit growth, there's nothing better. We worked with them. They had about $20,000 invested of their own capital, their savings and retirement in their business. We doubled their capital. And here's what happened. So in 2019, their revenue increased by 333% to just under 400,000. Their profit, and this is after paying, and when I say paying, after our accrued profit was deducted because they made no payments, they still brought home $41,000 in profit. So basically 4x their profit. And it was really simple. They knew exactly where to put the money. They invested it. They kept compounding their growth, and that was the result. So even more amazing, in 2020, they grew even more. Now their revenue in 2020 was just under $700,000. So a 75 increase on the already huge 333% increase. And their profit, even after not including AccrueMe's accrued profit, they made $103,000. So they basically doubled, if not more, their profit in 2020. So you can see now, if you're a seller that was doing 9,000, you could see where you could get to, or if you're doing 100,000, you could see where you could get to by not making payments and by compounding your growth. So throughout this time, Gary and Joy, they had living expenses. They needed, they had family to take care of. They had car expenses, everything that, everyday people have. They took out about $114,000 of their total profit throughout the relationship. They were taking out money every month, and they were still able to grow because they didn't make any payments to us for 18 months. So they used our capital and our profits to compound their growth. And now they're a much larger business. They haven't made any payments for 18 months. They just started, but they can pay us $5,000, $10,000 because they have a much, much larger business. So just to give you guys a sense, it's not all about capital. When we work with our sellers, the goal is to form a relationship with you and do anything we can to help you increase your profits. The more profit you make, the more profit we make. So we're totally aligned to help you make more money because we make more money. So here's what Gary and Joy had to say about the way that we operate at AccrueMe. So we started in a business relationship with AccrueMe, and it has been fantastic, but it has become a friendship and so much more than just business. As we've experienced some huge challenges in our family, AccrueMe has worked with us through those to help keep our business going and growing. Thank you to the whole AccrueMe team. So again, Gary and Joy were some of our first customers, and they really proved the model that you can grow really quickly by not making payments, doubling your capital. But again, the key was that they had a profitable business and they invested the money smartly. And that was really the key on their end. We just provided the capital and support anywhere we could. So what are the next steps? If you like what we're talking about here and you can see how doubling your capital and not requiring payments can get you to a sale, or like Gary and Joy, a much larger business in a very short time period, go to AccrueMe.com. There's a lot of great resources. You can see how the profit share would work for your business with the calculator. I would also suggest just going to the app.accrueme.com. From there, we ask just a few questions, about 2 minutes. You can put together some of your information, and then you can either set up a call with me. I'd love to talk to you about your business. I get on the phone with every person that comes through there. You're not going to get handed off to somebody else. And we can talk about your business and your funding needs. Or you can just get a proposal from that same app.accrueme.com and tell you exactly how much we can invest, the key terms, and the profit share customized totally for your business. So in order for us to work with you, we have a few very simple requirements. One, you have to be selling on Amazon for 6 months successfully. Successfully just means profitable for 6 months. So we have a system that does all that calculation for us. The second is you have to have at least $10,000 in capital. So again, capital is your FBA Amazon inventory at cost plus your Amazon balance. And that's just the lowest we'll go, and we'll go up to $500,000, if not more, depending on the business. And then you have to be an LLC or willing to become an LLC. And the reason for that is, in order for us to give you a temporary profit share and only earn a profit and not get any equity, the entity structure has to be a US-based LLC. If it was a corporation, we'd have to get shares and all that. We don't want any of that. We just want a temporary profit share for as long as you're using our capital. And then just one more thing, if you guys want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my name's Sam Koch. I love talking to Amazon sellers and any type of entrepreneurs. And, Don was supposed to be on here and do this one too. If you can go check out Don, you can see Don Hennig. We have a lot of experience in business, and we love helping entrepreneurs grow. That's the most fun part of this entire business, is talking to entrepreneurs, seeing the amazing things they've accomplished on Amazon, and even more amazing, where they want to take their business. So it's been really great, and that's what we love doing. That's the most fun part of all of it. So thanks, guys. Again, Sam Koch from AccrueMe, and I appreciate your time, and thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sam. Now you have a couple of seconds to take a breath, because your presentation, you were giving it with such a good energy and with such a good vibe. So first, perhaps, could you clarify, are there limitations how sellers can use the funds they get from you? Can they only use the funds for the existing products, or they can also use the funds to launch, let's say, new products or new variations?
Right. Great question. So we invest and we match our capital based on proven profitable products. Because again, we only make a profit if they're making a profit. What we do have is private label sellers. They use our capital to maintain their existing business and their products. And then they use other resources, whether it's their own funding or family and friends, to launch that new product. And then after 2 months, so if you're selling a product profitably for 2 months, then you can roll it in, and we can either match your investment, or we just count it towards your capital, and our share of the profit goes down.
Okay, so anyways, there is a way to include like the new product also to the calculation and to the funding as well. Okay, that's good. So probably one of the questions our viewers also have is that, why don't you require monthly payments, and why other companies are not using the same structure as you are?
Right. Yeah, so that's a great question. And we believe that most people will start eventually following this model, because it is really, a new age of financing. And the reason we don't require payments is, one, we found that if we don't require payments, entrepreneurs will keep money in the business and grow their business faster and their profits faster. So that's one, we want you to grow. The more profit you make, the more profit we make. And we also now have so much technology, and Amazon sellers are making such a great return that we're able to offer these types of very flexible capital solutions because of the return that Amazon sellers are making. And it's a win-win. So we do much better than a bank would if we work with great partners, and we do much worse. You saw the time when sellers weren't able to make a profit. We earn nothing, but that's just part of the business. But it's all about growth. So by not making payments to a bank, you can grow your business.
Awesome. Sounds good. So if any of our viewers have more questions or would like to reach out, could you once more explain what's the best way to reach out to you and to learn more about what you do?
Yeah, so the best thing to do would be go to AccrueMe.com. We have a lot of really great resources. That's spelled AccrueMe.com. And you go to the app.accrueme, and what you'll see there is it's about 2 minutes. You fill out a bunch of information, just very basic, your name, email, and then you can either set up a phone call with me, and I love to talk to entrepreneurs especially Amazon entrepreneurs, or you could just get a proposal. You don't have to speak to anybody, and you'll just know exactly how much we can invest. And then you can take it from there and set up a call once you know how much you can invest in the proposal.
Okay, cool. So thank you very much, Sam, for joining me today, and we wish good luck in your business.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
If you would like to get in touch with AccrueMe, check the links below in the description. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video with Sam from AccrueMe, where he is explaining how Amazon sellers could improve drastically their return of investment.